forever to get
2 days.
Texting. We are live. Welcome back to the mid-sack. It was it steamy? Balmy? Steamy? Stinky. Sweaty.
Sticky.
Scummy.
Musty?
Icky. Misty. Musty?
Musky. Not misty.
Musky.
Husky.
Musky?
Oh, God. Let's move on.
Okay.
Whatever. Anyway.
I didn't ruin that. That wasn't me that time.
What? I didn't see you ruin anything.
No, but usually I ruin the open. Oh, this is me ruining the open.
Yeah,
You're doing it right now.
This is me, yes! It goes on. My heart will go on.
The redoubtable one himself, Tom Izzo, the highly questionable Nigel Miliaccio, the fixture, Joel Russell, back in the hizzy, segment 1.
This is a different fixture tonight.
It is.
He's on a different energy level.
Something's wrong with him. I don't get it. Because he should be excited. He's got a Super Bowl contender for a football team. I don't know how close he is to the Phillies, but
he is.
He is okay, but I mean,
he's got a playoff team in the Phillies.
Playoff team in the Phillies. The Sixers. I mean, we'll go into with Harden because, by the way, the Harden's up for this extension.
Yeah.
I wanted to see what you thought about that because I'll tell you right now, I think they're split down the middle on that one too. But we were starting with, believe it or not, was the climb that is to midweek.
Hump day.
We're at hump day. In fact, technically, we've already come over the hill because now tomorrow it's Thursday morning. It's Wednesday night.
No, we're at the top of the hump.
We're at the top of the hump.
This is, some might say it's the best part of the week. Because
it's downhill.
The
from
rest
here.
should be
it's
downhill
from here.
Yeah. Every now and then, Thursday will pop you up, Friday will pop. Every now and then.
Yeah.
But Wednesday is that initial. There it is. We're almost there. The light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah. The flag. On
I
the
guess
par
I might
five.
not. I might not make it.
Yeah.
I might not make
Give
it
you
to
hope.
Saturday. Then because I'm about to die on the hill.
No, you're not.
But I mean, to be fair, I don't know what these two. You're on vacation next week too, right?
I am.
All right, so my vacation starts tomorrow after work, and then I'm going up to Boston. We'll be recording up there, doing football previews. We're bringing back my brothers and Mr. Darcy for Cowboys, Steelers, Patriots. He might be recording from New York, which I hope
definitely.
I hope that happens. Wow. Hopefully he does a little G-Men, little Jets, gets that in there as well. If it's going to be all Mets crying crap. Is it going to be all Mets crying crap? Is that all you're going to talk about?
All, if we talk sports.
What else would you talk about?
Oh, my God. Wait till you hear my cousins. My cousin John, I don't know what we're going to talk about, but it'll probably be controversial.
That's always a great start for a family deal.
It'll probably be very interesting.
Yeah.
And it'll probably be very funny. So, whatever way the wind blows us, that's where we'll go.
There you go. Okay.
I'm sure there'll be Mets misery on there because
I'm expecting that. I was asking what else is going to be on there.
They're also Jets fans. So I can get the Jets.
I was going to say, you got there's two
Like,
good football teams in New York City right now. Two good ones. There are two good ones. You can deny it all you want. There's two good ones. There's a playoff team. There's one team that's going to be a playoff team.
Maybe there's a good one combined.
No, they're both going to be in the playoffs again, barring major injury.
Not as good as Philly.
No, right.
But
I said good. I didn't say
I know.
great.
I'm talking to him.
No.
I agree with you.
I'm just being stupid. They're good. They're playoff. Well, we don't know if the Jets are a playoff team yet, but
on paper they are.
Not according to you.
I think the Patriots and the Jets are going to be in there. I think it's going to be the Bills and the Dolphins to take the step back.
Okay.
Because I think that whole thing with the receiver there, Diggs, that's not going away.
Legit.
That's legit. That's a problem there.
It's gonna stick.
It's going to be a problem, and they still don't know who their number 2 is. And their defense. I mean, Von Miller's what, 35?
Is it KJ Osborne there too?
I forget who it is.
They had
They had another guy that was pretty good, but I don't know if he's still there. But the bottom is they're in trouble. There's something going on up there. Their defense is not. If Von Miller's not going to be Von Miller anymore. Okay, that's going to hurt them. Even if he comes back, he's not going to be Von Miller of like 3 years ago.
Yeah, and then apparently they are a completely different fucking defense
without him. They are. You saw what happened when he went down. Oh my god,
dude! Do you know how to put your shit on vibrate?
Yes, I do. I just do. Hold on a second.
Boom.
Ridiculous.
Boom. All right, so I can get the Jets perspective.
You should get both.
Mets perspective, and then I think my cousin John will want to talk about philosophy. Yes, he's a philosopher.
Plutarch.
This philosophical segment brought to you by.
He's hilarious and he's awesome.
Okay.
So that'll be fun. Mm-hmm. But I don't go there.
So you'll be getting
Saturday
New
night.
York and Boston perspective on things.
Yes.
We will talk Celtics, Red Sox, Patriots up north. The Bruins might sneak into it. We'll see how the draft goes. But anyway, The thing tonight is though, with the Mets call. I mean, we can go around this. I mean, the Mets Cohen's press conference. By the way, what did you think of that press conference? I mean,
dare I say mixed emotions?
Let me ask you this.
Dare I say mixed emotions?
What else would he have said?
But he's done everything he can do from an owner's standpoint, right? I mean, he spent the money, he got the players. Yeah. I mean, what else could he do?
No, there's nothing wrong.
This isn't really on him. It's on the players and the coach.
Well, he's keeping them.
So look,
for the rest of the year.
There's nothing wrong with what he's done. Okay, but he needs to make the right decisions now.
That's what he's saying he's going to do.
What do you think he should do now?
All right, so here's the thing. I'm highly emotional.
As a lot of Mets fans
highly
right now.
Irrational. I do not have a business person's mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm almost positive what I want him to do is wrong.
Because you're just speaking from the heart.
Because I'm just speaking get rid of this guy, get rid of these guys.
Fire them all!
And he came to the table and he was like, it doesn't make sense to try to get today's headline when you have long-term goals.
So let's say the old heads are...
Which he's right.
Yeah. So, and he said, I know fans want us to just fire this guy, fire that guy. He goes, there's no way to attract good people to this organization if that's the kind of leader I am.
That's true.
Which, the first time you lose, boom, everybody's fired.
Yeah, you're not getting
Nobody
anybody.
wants to come there.
No.
You're right.
And I was
Steinbrenner never got anybody.
That's true, too.
Yeah.
I mean, you could throw enough money at people. Yeah. However, there's money everywhere now.
Yeah, that's
true. So Steinbrenner used to be this big giant.
He was
I
kind
have
of
all the money.
Everybody, he's not.
There's money in a lot of places out there.
The Dodgers have a lot of money. There's a lot of money.
The Dodgers have a ton of money.
Yeah,
They
for
spent
players
a ton
and
of
coaches.
But Steinbrenner was kind of on an island before.
Yeah.
The rest of the league is kind of caught up.
And I mean, but you could say Cohen's on an island, but still, I like the fact that he's thinking about the culture and the ideals,
But he didn't say the same about the players.
Yeah.
What?
It's the opposite for the players. He said, hey, if we're moving people at the deadline, if that's the case for him. So
no, but
he's talking about the old players.
Yes, but he's talking about that from a business standpoint,
right?
Not I'm getting rid of this guy for no reason. He said, look, if we get to the trade deadline and we're as far out as we are right now, then it wouldn't be smart to just stand pat. He said, at that point, if we're this far out and we can trade somebody and get young players back that will help us build, he would think about doing that, which I think is actually
Do you think anybody's going to give him anything for what he's got?
So if Max Scherzer keeps pitching the way he's pitched the last 3 or 4 starts, yes. Tommy Pham, who they picked up on a 1-year deal, journeyman, he's got, I don't know, the 4th highest exit velocity in the majors. They could definitely get somebody for him.
Okay.
They can get young bullpen arms. They could get, So, yeah, you only have Scherzer here for
what about
another
Verlander?
year. Yeah, if you could get something for Verlander, fuck yeah.
But I'm saying, can you?
Not if he doesn't turn it around.
Yeah, right now.
But here's the thing: if he goes, I'll still pay his salary. Then yeah, you could get somebody for him.
That is
because if you're paying his salary already and he sucks, why not pay his salary and get a prospect?
But are they going to give a? That's
We're paying you to not be here.
Right, but look, let's say you're a team.
Yeah, but the other team's going to say release him. They're not going to.
No, but what if the other team says
Oh, you mean trading the deal? I'll pay his salary.
Right, because look, let's say a team is a decent pitcher away, and you can get Scherzer as your 3 or 4, and the Mets are on the hook for I don't know,
whatever's left of
half the deal or whatever it is. I think some players, and you might not get studs back, but you could land somebody, and next thing you know, you got an arm for your bullpen next year.
So who do you want to if you're gonna say okay, Verlander goes and let's say you're gonna replace him with a free agent, who do you put in their spot? Because it felt like pitching was non-existent in the free agent.
Oh yeah, well so this year, you just have to pull up some bum from.
Yeah, well, what about next year? Is there gonna be who's even available next year?
I mean, there could be somebody next year.
Are the Mets gonna be those players buying those guys?
Yeah.
You think so?
If there's a bullpen arm worth it, I think so.
Okay.
Dude, he's going to keep building.
No, I mean, is he going to buy the pitchers, the old big money pitchers next year too?
I think he's going to be hesitant now.
Yeah, you think so?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because of what's transpired. But, I thought it was interesting when they said, can you guarantee that Buck Showalter and Billy Epler will be here through the end of the year. And he said, absolutely. You usually don't hear definitive words like that.
Well, if you're here's the thing.
But I liked it. Even though at times I'm like, get rid of Buck.
I don't know this. I'm asking this question. If you guys ever heard of this, you tell me. Has there ever been a scenario where a manager gets fired in the middle of the season and all of a sudden the guy that comes in that season turns it completely around?
Yeah,
Yes.
the Phillies last
The
year.
Phillies last year. 7 games out.
Yeah.
They fired Girardi. Boom, the team changed.
Yeah.
So
Doesn't mean it will happen.
Right. It's not a guarantee.
I mean,
Well, I'm
that's
saying-
rare. That is.
I mean, I'll
fucking
say, how
rare.
often has that happened?
Not a lot.
Okay, but it has happened.
But it can happen.
No, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, technically anything can happen. But I mean, I'm just saying that. I was wondering if there was an example, and if there's one, then it's definitely possible.
Well, the fact that it was last year, I'm sure there's a lot of others. You know, not like it's a rampant thing, but I think there's probably a handful. And we could look at different sports too.
Barry Switzer.
How much of this is? But
That
I
happened?
mean, the players. Are,
I'm just
aren't the- I
kidding.
mean, is this more about the
That was a
players or
joke.
more about the manager? Who gets more of the blame pie there?
Well, so they asked him who's to blame, right?
Well, he's gonna say
And he
everybody.
said, "There's plenty of blame
Yeah,
to go
everybody.
around." He's like, "I mean, I'm the owner.
yeah,
You know, I'll take the blame."
yeah.
But then he ended. There was a couple times he said, "Look, it comes down to the players. They're not performing the way they performed."
Yeah.
So and he was like, "I hope they can get it together." Like, I was kind of like, "Damn, that's pretty honest." And he didn't trash anybody.
No, he said it's up to the players. But the bottom line is, he's right. Because I don't listen. A great player
He didn't trash
can make
anybody.
a good coach.
He
look
didn't
great.
trash anybody. He trashed everybody.
No, so hang on.
It's true.
So
The players aren't
No, I know, I
performing.
the
know.
only
He's
thing
not
about
lying.
that is,
No, I'm not saying he's lying. I'm just saying I was kind of
I guess
thinking about
the
it
one
way
thing about
Tommy
that
said
is
it.
like, okay, you can say that. Yes, the player has to play. But also, you pick, not him, but like the GM picks the players. You know what I'm saying? So, couldn't you say, well, maybe you picked the wrong guy? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Look,
you can't
talent is
pick
one
a heap
thing.
of shit and go, hey, it's not playing.
Yeah, talent is one thing. Chemistry.
But
is
they
another.
didn't pick heaps of shit.
That's you're right. You're right. Yeah, I'm not trying to compare.
The reason
that was
general
an
manager
over-exaggeration.
The reason it's hard to be a GM is because it's not just about finding talent. It's got to work with the players that are on the roster.
Yeah.
Chemistry is just as important as talent.
Yeah.
And you could find the talent, but are they going to mesh well with what's there? That's the thing.
Building
that
a
you
team
don't-
is very hard.
Yeah, because you got. It's not just about who can play.
Yeah.
It's about how well do they play together in situations, things like
But
that.
that's why it's not worked.
So-
That's why the new player power era is not working in the NBA anymore.
No, it's not working. You can't build. These guys tried this. They can't. Durant. I mean, Brooklyn it was a flop, and LA was a flop.
Dude,
So, I
you know
mean,
what? Sometimes
And LeBron GM'd him
it's hard to
out
play
of
with your
maybe
friends.
another ring. He GM'd himself out of another ring.
That they should have kept that team
You
in the
think
bubble
so?
together.
The
They should have kept that
When
team
they
in the
let
bubble
the
together.
who was the white guy they let go to Houston?
Vogel,
Chicago.
Frank Vogel. Oh
That was
no,
Caruso.
Caruso.
I thought
Yeah,
you
not
meant the
Houston.
coach.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I thought you meant the coach.
He went to
Vogel
Chicago.
just went to.
Vogel's he's a
yeah.
coach now. Who did he sign?
Vogel's the one that won it.
He
won
signed
it in
with
the
the-
bubble.
He won it in the bubble.
Yeah.
Who
Is
just-
Vogel Houston or Detroit or no?
No,
where is
Udoka
Vogel?
went to Houston.
No, Vogel got a bigger job than that. And it was
Vogel
the
in
Clippers.
Milwaukee?
He's Phoenix.
Clippers.
He's in Phoenix.
Oh, he's in Phoenix.
Yeah.
What a job to get.
Yeah,
That's the job you get?
yeah.
That's not a.
That's a pretty good job, dude. You
Yeah,
got
the only
KD
team-
and
They were the
Devin
only team that
Booker.
challenged Denver.
But
in the
they
West.
they have to.
But dude,
roster.
if you're gonna get a
You can't
job,
play
and
basketball
those are
with
the
four
two,
guys.
They'll fill out the roster.
if you're
With
gonna get a
what?
job and you're starting with those two, that's pretty
Rob Pelinka did it with pennies to rub together.
No,
Can
he
we tell
didn't.
you? Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
He
That's
didn't
why-
have money at the trade deadline. He did that rubbing two nickels together.
No,
There
he
was
didn't.
nothing.
He didn't do that, Robert. He had to.
He literally brought in 3 quality guys.
He did
okay,
not
on,
pay-
on low salaries that supplemented what he had and made a run to the conference finals. They were the 11th seed when he did
But
that.
he paid with draft picks for it.
Who are we talking about?
So what? These guys he got in were young. They are all over the
I'm
hill.
saying it's like I'm saying that's how he got there. I'm
Who
not
are we
saying
talking
it
about?
But the
matters
point is, he
about
still
the
brought in the
picks.
right people. You can have
team?
draft picks in
What
capital.
team?
The Lakers. Pay attention.
Sorry, I was looking at the Mets.
Why? They suck.
No
They're
shit.
down 5-2 for Christ's sake. What the fuck you look at them for? Wake me up when they fucking go over get over
Wake me
500.
up before you go.
Yeah, that too.
They're not getting over 500.
Then why are you watching them?
All their players
What?
all their players are hurt or
They're my
not
favorite
performing.
team. What am I supposed to fucking do?
Not watch.
Turn them on, not watch.
It's entertaining.
Not that.
It's-
No.
This is
It's great theater.
Really?
It's great
Talk
theater.
to me about your.
right there. Right there.
Talk to me about your mental state, since it's entertaining.
Seriously.
Entertaining.
My mental state.
You put yourself in detox for 3 days, but then you
One
couldn't
could
do that.
describe
It was
jumping
supposed
up.
to be 13.
One could
Did you say
describe
13? You did say
You said
13 days.
13
It's supposed to be till July 4th.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
So one could
Well, we didn't
compare
think
my
about that.
mental state to jumping off a waterfall, almost like Harrison Ford in The Fugitive.
So do you like play it back, and that's the entertaining part?
Okay, that's my mental state. Remember when Harrison
I'm
Ford,
remembering it, yeah.
he's on the dam,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he's like, I didn't kill my wife, and then Tommy Lee Jones goes, I don't care, and then he fucking jumps off the waterfall. That's my mental state
That's your
right now.
mental state right now.
Just don't jump off the waterfall.
Just don't jump off the waterfall.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I'm on the other side.
You're Tommy Lee.
I don't care.
yeah.
I don't care. I can watch it, and I'm not even mad right now.
But the point is, like, with the Mets, I mean,
good.
it's hard to. You got to be apparently now again, whether it's the manager making the wrong call, and he certainly made enough points to prove that's true, to the players that are still not performing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's both.
Yeah,
I think
it
it's
is.
both.
But
as
more
far as
on the
who's-
play-
more on the players because they're out there at the end of the day.
Yes.
And I don't care what's going on. They have enough talent. They should not be this bad. They shouldn't be this bad.
Dude, your top two
They're
hitters.
foreigns,
Your
their
top
last-
two hitters are hitting under
Yeah.
220.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Lindor and Alonso are both under 220.
Yeah.
Even though they're very productive RBI and home run guys, that is just not enough people on base.
223 was Lindor.
I think he's 216.
Is it?
I
I
think
was
so.
just looking at it. I thought it said 223. Maybe I missed
He might
it.
have gotten it up because past 10 games, he's been hitting. But I don't know. It just seems like it's one of those years where once they got going in that bad direction,
Yeah.
now it's just a
You
snowball.
think it's done, or you think they?
I think it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it. When did I say it was done, RJ?
Like a week
Was
ago,
it 2 weeks ago or a
week and a half ago, you said it's over. You said they're not coming back.
When they went to Atlanta, got swept after leading all those games, lost 2 out of 3 to the Pirates.
Lindor is 224 currently.
You're right.
Alonso 220. That's bad.
They just brought those up.
Yeah, that's bad.
They were both under 220. But look at their RBI and home run numbers.
No, they've got those.
Alonso's been hurt, right?
Alonso got hit on the wrist a few weeks ago.
Yeah, he came back
Said he
too
was supposed
soon.
to be out 4 weeks. Don't you yawn, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Don't you yawn, you son of a bitch.
I
There's no
didn't.
young.
I just.
Okay, so anyway, before we
yawn,
get too
I just-
bored on Mets, I did think it was a good press conference. I thought he should have put more heat on management.
Maybe he did, but did it behind closed doors.
Right, but he didn't do the players behind closed doors.
Well, I think that
If you're going to do
you
the
know what?
players,
I'll tell you what.
I think
No,
he
I'll
should
tell you
have
what.
said,
I'll tell you what.
look,
I'll
they
tell you
need
what.
to fucking lead
I'll tell you
better.
what. If everybody's in agreement, look, the manager's to blame, the players are more to blame.
Would you
Then
try
maybe
to
he
change
maybe he did
Showalter?
maybe he did let the manager have behind closed doors and said, look, just to let you know, I'm not just banging. I'm going to let them have it out there. Maybe that happened behind closed. We don't know what the conversation was. Okay.
But my thing
But-
is, well, that's whack if you did
not
that
whack.
behind closed doors. But
It's not whack. Your honor calls you out as a player. What you can't say nothing because, by the way, he's not lying.
I'm saying he should have called the manager and the GM out too. I'm not saying. Look, the players deserved everything they
I
got,
mean,
but
the
I
manager-
think to just say absolutely these guys are good, without saying like, but they have not done a great job so far. You know what I'm saying? Like it seems like
Well, if he thinks it's more the players than the manager, he's not going to take the man. If he thinks it's more the manager than the players, then maybe the manager.
like
than the
listen to this trade deadline.
What
from
would you?
last year.
Would you have let Showalter go?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
for what manager? Who you bring in?
Well, so I would have to have my eye on somebody in the organization.
I would think.
Or somebody that's better with younger players. Because Showalter has had this record of gatekeeping and not letting young guys in.
Yeah. Okay.
He likes his veterans. And if you are trying to truly build a fucking team, I don't think he is the manager to
Well,
do
the
that.
way they did it for an older, like they set the team up. It is an older
It's
team.
the oldest team in the league.
Yeah.
with him being, I think,
Yeah,
the
but you
oldest
said like,
manager. in the
hey,
league.
like he's not letting young talent come in, but that's because they paid hundreds of millions of dollars to the old talent.
No, it doesn't
No.
matter. It doesn't matter.
You don't think so?
No,
Okay.
It's because this guy's a fucking 12 billionaire. If you paid somebody more than a guy who's playing better, fuck that money. Play the guy that's better.
Because it's about winning.
It's about winning, and you're
You
going to
think
get
they
more
do that
money.
though?
They make more money. The owner makes more money by having the stands filled because they're winning. So whoever's doing that for
You
him,
think
he's
they do
got a
that though?
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
The guy in particular I'm talking about, Daniel Vogelback, the DH.
Yeah, you've been talking about him for a while.
Yeah, it's not great. Okay, and they called up a young guy from AAA, and he played in half the games he was in the big leagues for, sporadic at bats, because Daniel Vogelback had to get his at bats.
What's that
Daniel
kid's name?
Vogelback is making $1.5 million. That is nothing in today's standards.
No, it's less than it's
And
minimum
Buck
wage.
still
It's minimum
right.
wage in Major League Baseball.
1.5 is almost the league minimum.
Yeah, it is. I think.
You know what I'm
I thought
saying?
3.75
So
was
you're
the
telling
league
me can't sit that guy down? We've invested too much. No, I think that is really Buck being stubborn about what he thinks is the right way to break guys into the big leagues.
Gee, I don't know anybody like that at all.
Exactly. Yes, that's what it feels
I don't
like.
know anybody like that at all.
And it's like, okay, so if we're really trying to build an organization with a culture, that's not the culture I want. That's bullshit. He doesn't.
No, you have to your point,
He's
you
in his
have to
own
be
way.
able to not only coach the veterans but develop the young talent. And and by the way, they have enough veterans where they can do that and win.
Yeah.
It's not like if he does this, he's going to sacrifice winning.
Well-
he has the people around to do that and win.
Vogelback was not performing to a high level anyway. So why not let the young guy
Yeah.
try to
No.
work it out?
The
makes no
linchpin,
sense.
the bottom line is $1.5 million. Why you, to your point, why, $1.5 million, sit that guy.
Right.
He should go hire.
There's
the
no
guy
pressure to
that-
play that
Cut
guy.
that guy.
Yeah,
He
there's no
should
pressure to
fire
play that guy.
Showalter and go hire the guy for the
I don't
Red
think
Sox.
Cohen's not going to go in there
Alex
and go,
Cora.
do you
Yeah.
know how
Yes.
much I'm paying
Yeah.
this?
I would do that in a
Go
heartbeat.
get Cora. Yeah.
You get Alex Cora?
If the Red Sox let him go, I'm doing
you
that
know,
forever.
Joey Cora is the Mets third base coach.
Yeah.
I like him, but I don't think he wants to be.
Joey
their
Cora
coach.
was a second baseman, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So was
for the
Alex.
White Sox.
I remember Joey Cora on the Mariners.
I thought he was a White Sox.
Probably
I
he was
could
all
be
over
wrong.
the place. I
I
think.
mean, but like the thing is, they've got the veterans where they can just bring that town along and still win, and he's not for whatever reason not doing that.
right.
And it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. It just it
doesn't make
feels
sense.
off.
And I'm wondering if, and again, time will bear this out. I'm wondering if the owner said this to him behind closed doors. Look, start playing the other guys.
Yeah.
Part of the reason we're in this
Well-
is because you won't play some of these guys and get them going. Maybe he said, again, we don't know what happened behind closed doors. We don't
it's
know.
all-
But
I
I
mean-
don't think for a second he thinks that the manager's not at fault at all.
Right,
He's just saying the majority of it lies with
I know.
the players.
I just feel like. So overall, I like the press conference, and after we talked about it, that kind of hit me because I think Joel said, but like, yeah, he didn't do that with the players, which is kind of true. Like it seemed like he could have went a little harder because Buck has made some really bad decisions, like with the bullpen, with the lineups, and like we've said, every button he's pressed has been the wrong button.
Yeah.
So I would have liked to hear him say, like, hey, that needs to improve too. I think he did talk about the overall team. So
He said there's enough blame to go around. He started with himself. If he thinks he's partially responsible, he's got some. He's blaming the manager for some of it. The manager's not escaping this. When you're this, no, he's not getting away scot free on this.
No.
Neither is the GM for that
no.
matter.
And while he
But-
said that,
yeah.
like, I still like the way he called the players out. Like the way he was like,
He just
I
said
mean,
the
I
other
hope
day
they
it comes
get their
down.
stuff
Yeah,
together.
at the end of the day, it's them. The bottom line is them.
Yeah.
They're the ones out there.
He was like, unfortunately, I can't pitch, I can't hit.
Yeah.
He's like,
So-
it's out of my wheelhouse.
So the thing is, that's where the majority of the blame pie should go because it's not like they're so banged up they don't have enough talent to compete.
Yeah.
They've had some injuries, but not like where they can't compete.
No, dude, they should have won so many of these games.
They've lost a lot of close games.
When their starting pitcher goes.
And that,
Have you heard this stat? When their starting pitcher goes 6 innings, they're like 18 games over 500.
And when they go 5 or less,
Well, then they're
the opposite.
well under
Hot
500.
garbage.
But it's only happened 25 times in 80 games.
so they're 18-7 when it does happen.
Right.
That's telling.
No. They're 21-3 when it does happen.
They're 21-3, so they played. It's 24 times it has happened.
Yeah, it might be 25 now.
All right.
But
Well,
that in 80
either
games.
way,
So
either
if
one
they
way-
had starting pitching that could get them to the 6th inning, they would be right up with the Braves. But they don't have that.
and on paper they did going into the season.
Yeah, right.
So-
Exactly.
And it started with the closer going down.
Kode Senga was a good pickup,
Yeah.
but another guy that
He was coming from Japanese league, right?
yes,
Yeah.
and that's tough because you just don't know as
How
much
it's going
about
to
those
translate.
players.
It's like
Yeah.
a different language.
Well, no, apparently the ball is smaller.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that. Is it?
In the
ball
Japanese
is
league, the ball is
slightly
smaller?
smaller.
Huh? Who knew that, America?
And apparently, Senga doesn't pitch as much, so you don't pitch every 5th day. So they've been having to like work him around, trying not to mess his arm up because he's used to pitching on a certain schedule.
certain schedule.
But I'm like, okay, so you have that going on. You got 2 old ass pitchers. Why didn't you just start the year with a 6-man rotation? However, I say that, but then Verlander got hurt. What's his name? Quintana, who was another guy they bought this year.
Yeah.
He got hurt, broken rib. So now you can't have a fucking 6-man rotation because you only got
Well,
3 starters plus some minors pitchers.
but in essence they do because their starters go 4 innings and the next guy comes in.
I mean, look.
So they're not playing every other game. They're splitting it right in the middle of the game.
I
no,
think
when they pitch 4 innings, they throw 100 fucking pitches.
No, I know, but I'm saying they're getting half games.
yeah, the Mets have underachieved across the board.
Yeah.
There's no area you can look at and go, yeah, they're actually hitting it there. So, but the thing is, it's not even the All-Star break. The reality of it is, there's still a ton of time left. Now, what they're going to do with that, I have no idea.
Ton?
There's over half the season left.
8.5 games for the 3rd wild card. They got 9 teams or 8 teams to jump.
What did we say last year and what happened? Every year when the stretch, somebody gets hurt and one team just fucking falls off the map that's in contention.
Yeah, but
and then
they
it's
need like 10 teams.
They need
to
8
fall.
teams.
I'm just saying, stranger things have happened. Your team fired the fucking manager and fucking went from 7 out to the fucking.
Every
With less
but that's not
talent,
gonna
with less
happen.
talent than this team
But
has.
that's not going to happen.
Then don't watch them.
every starting
no, I don't mind
pitcher
watching.
for
I mean, the
every
thing is,
team
if you
loses
get-
their arm.
I'm just saying that mathematically, is it possible? Yes. Do they have enough talent to do it on paper? Yes. That's all I'm saying.
Look, I'm speaking against it, but I'm going to watch it to see if
I'm
that
saying
happens.
all I'm saying.
I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just
All I'm
saying it's
saying
not
is
even the All-Star break yet.
Celtics in 7.
So, why can't you just let sleep? So we're going to come back, segment 2.
I called Celtics in 7.
We're going
not
to
you.
talk the idiot that is Dennis Rodman. Got a bone to pick with Mr. Dominique Foxworthy. I'm getting real tired of just people just ignoring or just I don't know. And again, I don't know what it is. We're going to delve into that segment too. The bias against Larry Bird. Why? Why America? Why the bias against the hick from French Lick? And the funny thing about it is the people that defend him, it's all common sense. Anyway, we'll talk about that.
Right.
It is. Well, the numbers don't lie. So,
Look, there it
but
is.
again, let's not let fact get in the way of your opinion, pal. I mean,
We're
you're famous
really
for
gonna
that.
have a fucking Larry Bird.
If we talked about that
bias
stupid press conference, we are.
Christ.
Anyway, we'll talk about other things too. Don't worry, Tom. There's more things. Hey, you know
Poor
what?
Larry.
NHL draft. Tom, let's
Poor
talk about
Larry.
that.
Poor Larry.
Poor Larry. We'll talk to you on the other side.